Hello, hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and today I'm chasing some inspiration. This has been a long time coming. I was inspired by some of the hot springs in Yellowstone from our recent trip and I want to create a look all around that. So let's get right into it. First of all, I have the craziest top knot and it is what it is. It has been a long, short week. It is Wednesday when I'm filming this. I'm hoping to get this up tomorrow. We shall see. If I do, happy Thanksgiving to my American fellows. I hope you're eating something very fantastic today. I am hoping I convinced my mom for strawberry pretzel jello salad. If you know what I'm talking about and you love it too, let me know down below. And let me know your favorite Thanksgiving dish because this is my favorite dinner of the year. But I felt like this was kind of a fall look. I want to get this out before fall kind of passes us. We're going all green here. So I'm going to pop the picture up of the hot spring. This isn't the best photo that I took of these colors, but the best photo is on my camera. And if I'm trying to get this up tomorrow, I'm not going to be pulling that. So it was this beautiful green and then almost like a rusty brown. And this green was so vivid and beautiful in person, and it's a little bit brighter than this, but some of it was just as dark as this, and it's because of the bacteria. Oh my gosh, let me start over. The bacteria that's living in the hot springs because of the temperature that they're at, mixed with the minerals in the soil, all of that good fun science stuff, but it was very inspiring. And I went on a hunt for eye looks that kind of invoke this color because this is a very on-trend color for this fall too. I mentioned in another video, the beauty pie video, this is the color I chose for my wedding, and this is one of those times, just like purple, that I'm gonna snatch up these colors because I love these jewel tones, especially this green. So I found a couple of contenders for eye looks, but what I landed on is an all matte smoky eye, and that is just what we're gonna do. So it's gonna be a bit of an experimentation today, but I'm bringing you along for the ride. And we're going to start with eyes today because I'm anticipating quite a bit of this dark green to fall out. So the first decision we must make is what am I going to put as my primer? Like I said, there's going to be a lot of fallout. I do have the Kaleidos Tone Activator Eye Primer that I need to get some use out of. I have not worn that yet. I typically go with the rose ink, and I probably will at least in this deepest part of my eye so that it matches when I do get to my complexion. And then I also have the About Face Matte Fluid Eye Paint. This is the shade Smoke Signal, and this looks like it's going to be a really good match. But I did get this when it was on sale at Ulta, but I also got this palette on sale, which is the Juvias Place The Rebel Army, which looks perfect for this kind of look and many more. And I think it's going to be this shade, so I wanted to swatch these kind of next to each other. The thing is, I think I wanted my smoky eye to be more of this Juvias Place shade, whereas this gets a little bit deeper and cooler. But I'm nervous because I'm going to have to build that up quite a bit. So actually, what we're going to do is, I think, let's start with the Kaleidos Tone Activator and a little bit of concealer in that inner corner. And then I think what we're going to do is do just a touch of the About Face to start that color. And then work into that eyeshadow, just so it's not, you know, starting out sheer. So I've got that down. I apologize. I'm like really struggling to breathe. My allergies are flaring up for some odd reason. I'm just going right in the deepest part of my eye socket with the rose ink concealer because it is slightly brightening and I can use all the help I can get, especially if I'm going in with a dark shade. So I'm just going to kind of blend that out where it's going to meet other concealer or foundation, just so I don't have to go over the eyeshadow once I'm done. See, that really brightens my inner corner. Just blend it onto the bridge of my nose for now and a little bit down, but we can hit this later. All right, now I'm going to take that About Face matte fluid paint and put some on the back of my hand over that swatch. And I'm gonna start with a finger. I'm just gonna pick up a tiny dot and I'm just gonna place this down. Now this type of smoky eye I don't typically do because I have slightly hooded and deep set eyes, but I feel like a lot of people have been talking about Alexandra and Neil's recent smoky eye video, and she has given me confidence. I have the tips now. I'm just going in with a fluffy shader brush just to blend that out. I'm not going to go all the way into the inner corner because I want to, again, keep that bright. And we're not trying to get perfect, so if it's a little patchy, it's not a huge deal. But I am going to bring it up into my crease and a little bit above, although that looks too high. We really just wanted to get that color started, and I can dip back in if I feel I need to. Less is more, you know? Can always add. It's much harder to take away. Okay, I'm gonna add a little more to this eye to even it out. And you probably could use a finger here, but why I chose a brush for this is to have a little bit more control and not add too much product. There's like a spot that doesn't want to take right there. There we go. Okay, we've got a start. Now I'm gonna go into that Juvias place and we're gonna pack the lid. And I'm kind of glad that that's slightly tacky because it's hopefully gonna hold on to this pigment. Going in with the rougher 02, which is just a flat shader brush, into this matte green, the brightest of the mattes. I'm gonna tap off. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm going to build this up. And this is one of those looks, and I think Alexandra even says it in her video. Most looks actually fall into this. They're gonna look crazy until pretty much the very end. And since I do, if I look straight forward, I do have that deep set and slightly hooded. So I am going to bring this up and we will blend this out a little bit later with our brown shade. But I just want to make sure I have even coverage. And again, avoiding that center because we're going to try to brighten that up at the end. I will say though, I don't know that I have a lot of fallout yet. Huh. This is my first time too using Juvia's Place. I've always been interested in their color stories, but this one really did it for me. And then I'm going to do the same on the other eye. Hopefully that's still a little sticky. I knew he was going to start barking. There's other dogs barking outside. It's okay, bub. Does anyone else? All right, I let him do his thing. He's still in the corner here, watching out for noise, but his tail's down. There we go. All I did was finish packing on the green to this eye, roughly the same shape, but we're gonna do a lot of blending. I say that, but now that I look at it, we're gonna do a lot of blending with the brown in this look. And I'm just making sure that when I look at you, you can still see the green. Now the brown, I want to be slightly rusty, so I swatched from Aether down here. It's a little too mustard, but from the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette, it looks like this is gonna be the perfect one. So I'm gonna grab a blender brush, my betrothed 217, my old 217 from MAC. Look at him. He's like, just let me sleep, y'all. And I'm gonna go into that Makeup by Mario palette. This is EE12. Okay, it's not even that I've been editing him out. Previous to this, he's just been extra spicy lately. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna dip into that Makeup by Mario shade, and then I am going to start blending right above my crease and where the edge of that shadow is. And I'm wondering if I brought it up too high. I think I did. Scratch that. We got to do some makeup surgery. All right, makeup surgery. Q-tip, micellar water. I think I got a little overzealous, and I'm just going to take some of the height of this down. I still want it to show, but I need more room up here. Like, that's almost touching my eyebrow. I got a little overzealous, you know, happens to the best of us. I'm just going to clean that up. Yeah, I think that's going to give me a lot more space, because in my inspiration picture, which I really loved, by the way, there was plenty of brown showing, and I'm learning as I'm going, right, that this green is so dark that that brown doesn't have a chance. Can you hear that? He's like, I know you're in there, Mom. Okay, let's try this again. Back into that Mario shade. And I'm actually going to stamp because, like I said, I really want that brown to show. And now that I have such a straight line, we're really going to have to try to blend into that green. Some of this might be sped up because the key to this is a lot of blending. And I am probably going to use a mixture of tapping, windshield wiping, and circles. But what I think I'm going to have to do, since we did kind of cut that with a Q-tip, is go in with the tiniest brush and tiniest bit of green just to really kind of blend the two together. This is a total playtime for me, and honestly, I needed this. I really needed to just zone out and play with makeup. So I hope you guys are okay with this being kind of like, you're along for the ride. Because honestly, sometimes it's fun to try new things, and why not share it? I'm not perfect at makeup. I am not a professional, so here's how I would troubleshoot. Okay, we've got the brown down. I'm liking that, but what I need to do is grab a very tiny brush that's still fluffy. And I think it's going to be this Beauty Pie Pro Contour eyeshadow brush, and very, very lightly tap into that, like barely grabbing product. I'm gonna tap that off even, and I'm just going to try to blend into that brown a little bit, just so it's not a harsh edge. This is looking real crazy. I'm also much more used to seeing my complexion done. Do the same over here. I'm just lightly touching. Again, start with less, build up. I think we're getting somewhere. I think we are. I need more blending on this side, I think. And I'm going to take that same brush actually and go into that brown and just really diffuse that line and add more brown. And I am going to take it all the way in here because we're going to blend with something else in a bit. All right, and I'm going to go into the Beast brush, which this is a Morphe brush, and it is from the Jaclyn Hill collection, but I need to find another brush that's like this. This is the biggest brush. It has tapered bristles, and it is, if you need to buff something out, it is great for that. So I'm going to go over everything and just buff all the way up into my eyebrow, just so I get the gradient that I'm looking for. And I'm even going to take some circles. Where are we at? Because I need that small brush again. Go into that dark green and just build a little bit more shape here towards the inner portion of my eye. I think now we're cooking. Nobody's eye is perfect, you know. Go back into that Beast brush and just buff a little extra brown. And I think we're at a good place. I'm going to pack actually a little extra green onto the lid if I see it getting a little patchy anywhere. Because I'd rather do that now when I can afford to have fallout, you know? And then we're going to get into complexion and then finish the eyes. It is looking kind of patchy on camera, but it's the way the light's hitting it because it's not a true matte, which I'm kind of bummed about. And it might be because of that about face, but that's supposed to be matte. It's so weird. On my hand, they both look matte. But I'm getting like satin, almost shimmer on the eyes. So where I have lumps and bumps from my eye, it's like reading as patchy, but trust me, it's not patchy in real life. But let's go ahead and zip through foundation, concealer, and powder, and then we'll come back and finish the eyes. All right, back with some brows, with some complexion. I did use quite a bit of the Haus Labs powder, which it just blurs the face so quickly. But I used more than I usually do because I'm kind of more matte and smoky. I want more of a perfected matte base. I'm never going fully matte. You can see I've got plenty of dew left on the cheeks. Really just the center of the face and here I want to keep a little bit more matte. Now, what I'm about to do, I never do, and it could cause me to rethink my entire existence, and also to want to completely wash this makeup off my face when I fully intended on running to UPS in this look. So, dramatics aside, my inspiration photo has quite a bit of that same brown underneath the eyes, and I usually wear nothing on the bottom lash line. So I'm a little scared. I am, but we're going to try it out. Maybe I am psyching myself out with that too much. I usually just don't like how it looks on my face, so we're going to try this. I am going to try to, first of all, I took a little bit of that outer corner away, and I regret that now. When I was applying foundation and concealer, but I'm going to try to bring it back because I do want it to flow into the under eye, and I think I need something even smaller. This is a teensy tiny Shop Miss AOA Studio brush. It's the E134. I need something very small. And I'm going to look down to help me. I'm just building that on the outer third, actually outer half to start, but I do want to connect it and flick it in so that everything is blended and it doesn't just look like a random line under my eye. And then whatever is left over is what I'm going to bring in. And I think I'm being so delicate to keep it close to the lash line. And what I need to be doing is being brave and like going in and really going for it, you know? And Alexandra always says that this helps her hide her deep lines because her and I have a very similar under eye area, dark circles and all, and lines and all. Oh, okay, we're getting there. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye and kind of speed through that. I feel insane right now, but let's go with a fluffier small brush. Miss A AOA Studio brush. This is the 132. It's like a chunky pencil brush. Lightly tap into that and just blend out the edge. Who even am I? Oh, we went pretty low there. I could see how this would help creasing that because look, I went right up to my fine line there. Is this the new me? Do I like this? I will say I definitely want to deepen there and I'm torn. But I think that's where I want to leave it. I might add a touch more on this side. Try not to cover my whole eye. Oh, we went ham. I'm going to grab my foundation brush now and just clean up that little spot that went a teensy bit too low. Okay, and I think to finish this and to kind of deepen my water and tight line, I'm going to go in with the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal eyeliner in Olive, which is a perfect companion. It looks quite deep, but when it hits the light, it is green. So I'm going to tight line. And honestly, one complaint I've heard about these is if you press your eyes, it transfers down a little bit, but if you're doing both, it's kind of a nice thing. Usually I just don't press my eyes closed tightly and I don't have that issue. Oh, she's sultry. We might have to add more brown. Was this a mistake? Oh Lord. Okay, let's blend and see what we can do with that. That could have been a mistake because it's not that dark. I am going to just run my brush. I think I need a slightly bigger one now. How do people do this? This is very difficult. I'm gonna go in with an Eco Tools. It's flat, but I think it's gonna help me kind of smudge and blend. Oh Lord. You're witnessing the Virgo perfectionist with me right now. Oh. Okay. Makeup surgery again. I just got too low right here. I just want to take some of that away. Because this is why people don't film the first time doing a makeup look. It's pretty difficult, but honestly, smudging with the Q-tip might be where it's at, you know? Okay. Let's try this again. I'm going to go into that original brown and try to clean this up. This is just becoming much smokier than I imagined. And I want more of that brown because after all, there's quite a bit of brown in my inspiration. I'm going to go with a flat dense because I really want to accentuate that brown. And honestly, we're this deep in. We're going for it. We're going for a blown out lower. I see people go like ham with the lower lash line, so why not? Oh, she's smoky. Did you just see the fearlessness that was within me? Am I growing as a person? What do you think? I don't know. It's so intense. I shouldn't have done that dark of an eyeliner. I have regrets. I'm just dying over this. Let's try. Let's try to see what mascara does for this look. I also shouldn't be trying this when my lashes are so dang short and spiky, but we're gonna try it and then see where we need to adjust. I'm trying the smoky lower lid, but I still don't think I can do bottom lash mascara because my top ones may not sell this point right now, but I have very long eyelashes, and when I do the bottom ones, I think it looks nuts. Not into it. I am pretty bummed that I used that dark of an eyeliner. I am just not used to makeup like this. Oh gosh. I will say, my eyes look crazy bright against this dark of a green. That's kind of cool. Maybe even brown would have been better. Ill prepared on my part. Maybe I need to stop negative self-talking and we need to add blush and bronzer and see where that gets us. How about that? You know, this is a practice of positive self-talk. I'm gonna go in with my Gucci bronzer. Since this is leaning towards more of a like finished look, shall we say, I do want to contour. So I'm just gonna grab my Patrick Ta contour and just add a little bit of dimension. I like don't know who I am. Okay, I want to keep it not super dewy and also nothing too loud on the cheeks. So I'm gonna go in with So Natural from the MAC Glow Play blush line. These blushes are perfect for, did I just blend Fallout into my, no, we're good. We good. Editing Rachel, don't you say otherwise. Adding some life back to the cheeks. Maybe I'm starting to look a little bit more like me with blush. Lord, this is a look. She a look. Also, as much as I love this wallpaper, every frizz and baby hair shows, and I have a lot of regrowth, so thankful for that. I almost feel like in real life, it's a touch darker. Same with my eyebrows. It's the way the light hits, I think, because on camera, I'm wanting to really amp those up. And I'm also wanting to blend this jagged edge a little bit. So I'm going to grab the Beast, which I don't know if I said this before. This is the 30. It's the only one that looks like this. I think the rest of the eye blenders are white goat hair. Yeah. And I'm losing some of that brown. So let's grab a little bit more of the brown for that side, because I am blending it to high heavens. I'm hoping this finishing touch that I'm going to do on my eyes is really what's going to kind of save this. This eye's being the problem child. This eye is behaving very well. I'm going to go in, pencil brush, whatever. This is Refer 12. I want to highlight the inner corner and just blend everything together. And I'm going to use Hindash for that. And probably somewhere in the middle of this first shade, so it's not too stark of a white, but is still brightening. And just blend it into the other colors, just so it's not an abrupt line. And I'm also going to do the same just right under the brow bone, just to keep a little bit of brightness there. And maybe along the edges, because the Hindash really is that girl to get you out of trouble, you know? Okay, I have had Olivia Palermo Lychee lip balm on my lips this entire time, and I don't mind it, to be honest with you, but I'm thinking about what I want to do. Okay, I forgot to hit record, but I just went and added a little bit more brown because I felt like we lost it. I'm gonna go in with Fit Glow Vegan Lip Liner in Nude. I always open the brush side first, and this needs sharpened. And this is the Decollete Shine Rouge, and I believe this is in, yeah, 06 Starlit Story, and it's just gonna be like a shiny nude on me. Very sheer beige light pink with some iridescence. I hate the scent of this, but I love the finish and the color. And listen, I am matte earth than I usually would be, but my lips, I just cannot. I'm gonna load them up. It's so moisturizing. It's just the scent and the taste after a while. If you load your lips up like I just did. But how did I do? Here's the finished look. It looks so much patchier on camera than it does. I'll take a picture and insert it, and maybe that'll give a little bit better. It's such an odd thing that turned out to be satin rather than matte. That is so curious. But anyway, this is the finished look. I like what I paired with it. I think the only thing I would change the next time I did this is not go so deep on the waterline and try to find a brown that is kind of the same contrast level. I will say though, I don't completely hate it. It really makes my eyes look quite light. And they are lighter eyes, but I think I forget how light they are because I'm never wearing dark colors like this. But yeah, this was fun to do. Let me know if you like this style of video. This is just me being inspired by colors, textures, whatever. I really want to reignite this Chasing Inspiration series. I think I wasn't as inspired until we started going on our trips. There's so many things and looks that I want to do. The next one is going to be kind of a purple berry winter eye, and I cannot wait to do that one. Let me know though, would you rather me come and teach you how to do a look that I love, or do you like this kind of like, let's get out of our comfort zone, let's try something new and troubleshoot together? I think that that's a good way to learn, but you let me know down below. Do you like this style video? What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish? And I hope you're having a fantastic holiday with family, friends, yourself. I mean, I'll be honest, even if I just had a day to myself to read and do all the self-care things, I think we could all probably use that, especially during the holidays. So I will see you in the next one. I hope you're having a great long weekend, hopefully, and I retire for today. Bye.